All right. Okay, we have two more principles. Can you share with us the fourth one?
Okay, so the number fourth one would be 计划赶不上变化. So it's actually saying that change is the only constant. You know, since the product launch and my 35th anniversary for Tong Seng Produce just ended as well.
Wow.
So the last half a year, I was just like bullet train, trying to like rush out all the events, you know, managing the launch and everything. This learning from him is really like, really 计划赶不上变化 because, you know, running an event is really not as easy as you can plan all day. I'm a 100% planner. In the MTBI, I'm a hard J. J means like you plan things. If A B C D E, you must go A B C D E.
Yes.
Yeah, so I'm a hard planner. Over the years, I also realized that change is the only constant, and it actually teaches me to be adaptable. I used to be a little bit more inflexible than before. If I plan A to Z in this manner, I'll expect A to Z in this manner. Yeah, but I'm like, over the years, I realized actually it doesn't have to be A to Z in this manner. It could go other ways, and you know, things could turn out better actually. Yeah, and so this learning from him really taught me that 计划真的是赶不上变化, and that we have to learn to be flexible and adaptable in the way we lead.
I think that's so true, especially of entrepreneurs, because we are always filled with uncertainties, right?
Yeah.
Especially for Tong Seng Produce.
Yeah.
Doing innovation always at the forefront. So naturally, when we walk into grounds that are uncovered, right, we will uncover a lot of uncertainties and issues that will pop out along the way, right? Yeah. So
I think
it's a spirit.
Yeah.
It's a spirit.
And really more true of the times now. Who knew AI would come? Like no one knows, right? So it's even more important now, I think, than previously because of the speed and velocity. The whole world is just like you say, in a sense, bullet train going through right now. Yeah.
What's the last one?
Exactly. Oh, okay. So the last one is, he always says, 我们做人做生意要谦虚. So my dad personally, he's a very, and in business wise, he's a very low profile person. He never is out to, you know, really put himself out there. He will put his company and brand out there, but he's never about like getting that fame or wanting to be famous. I feel like his purpose here as a business owner is really to make that change in the world, in that sense that we feed our consumers with a peace of mind and now to enrich lives, right? And with that purpose, you kind of don't really need to really shout out about how great you are. He wouldn't say that of himself. In his teachings, bringing us up, me and my siblings up, I feel that we are trying to be like humble. Yeah. We don't really like to shout out achievements, but as marketing, I always tell them, I will help you all shout out. Don't worry, you have me. That kind of thing.
We have an interesting relationship.
Yeah. We do.
But I think what really stood out to me is the idea of stewardship. Yeah, because especially for your siblings, I mean, Tong Seng Produce, SongHe, right? It's a well-known brand in the market.
Right.
But I think it's about where the heart is.
Yeah.
And I hear many stories from you. The heart is always about the people. It's always about impacting the new generation, the next generation with good rice so that they can have a peace of mind.
Exactly.
Yeah, so I think the stewardship is correct. Yeah, and therefore it is, because it's about stewardship, stewarding a certain resource that you already have. Therefore, it's a humbling journey as well.
It definitely is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Very inspiring.
I just love that the values shared are very Chinese based. It's very funny because
we are so like Chinese philosophy kind of thing. And then my Chinese improved after I entered the business. We hold our meetings, our HOD meetings in 3 languages: English, Chinese, and Hokkien.
Wow.
Yeah, so I brush up during then.
I see.
But your family is Teochew, right?
We are Hokkien.
Oh, Hokkien, okay.
But my mom is Teochew, so I consider myself half Teochew.
Half Teochew, okay, got it.
Yeah, because I come from a Chinese primary school. So, of course, my dad also Chinese ed, right? So I think the Chinese values, being very values-led in a certain way, influences how your business direction is also.
for
So
sure.
I love it.
Yeah. Well, and that's why we decided to do Men on a Mission show, because we want to feature business and their values and the principles. And at the root of it all, we realized that through the many business owners that we have interviewed and have learned from, principles is the key to business success and longevity. More importantly, longevity. Maybe you could have a jackpot.
Right.
Hit the jackpot, you earn that sum of money. But to be long and sustainable in business, it's always about the values and principles. Yeah.
Yeah.
It definitely is.
All right, I want to know more about this new innovation, SongHe Plus.
Yes, I can sell koyok already.
Quite cute.
Yeah.
So I like to see this as a milestone in the company as well, right? And how you are breaking the rice people mold, right, to something of a new product altogether,
Yeah.
right? But still retaining the culture, the heritage, and how people eat rice essentially, right? And background information for our international audience. Do you know that Singapore actually imports over 90% of food, and rice is a key staple? Right, making our supply chain resilience and diversification critical national concerns. I mean, even during COVID period, we had to open up to show people that, hey, we have a stockpile of rice. Relax, right? Yeah. And naturally, because of that, the market is also highly competitive. You have import rice from India, Thailand, even Vietnam, Japan, and all these different countries. And the demand is fixed to the number of population and the population size, right? Also, some of you might not know, but rice is deeply embedded in Singapore's culture, especially when it comes to our food.
Yes.
Right? Some popular food like Hainanese chicken rice. Do you have others? Hainanese chicken rice?
I mean,
Nasi
everything
lemak.
is rice,
Okay,
actually.
okay.
I mean, you have your zap cai png, right? Which is like literally a staple for every kopitiam that you go to.
So it's both commoditized necessity, but it's also culturally rich as well. Yeah. So I want to hear more about your partnership with this company called Alchemy FoodTech. Right? How was that partnership about, and how did you all reimagine rice altogether?
So, as shared earlier, 7 years ago, Jerry had the idea to reinvent rice and have an idea of SongHe Plus already. But at that point in time, we didn't have the right resources and we didn't have the right partners. And 3-4 years ago, there came along Alchemy FoodTech. They are a couple, one Alan and Verlene. So Alan is a businessman and then Verlene is actually a scientist. And they actually created this thing called Alchemy Fibre. Yeah, and so when they came to pitch to us, we were like, oh, so interesting, very intriguing as well, because they created this fiber, right? And so my dad, who's also the founder and the chairman of the company, he is actually diabetic. So, and he loves to eat rice. I mean, white
course.
rice. Yeah, right?
Yes,
I
of
mean, why would he be selling rice, right? And he loves to eat white rice. And when he got introduced by Alchemy FoodTech about this ingredient, he had it with our rice because Alchemy fiber is here to reduce the glycemic index of rice. And so he tried it. Back then, my dad has, because he's diabetic, he has this thing called CGM. It's a wearable blood sugar tracker that he places on his hand. Usually when he eats white rice, he will like have a teat and then the number like shoot up like crazy.
I see.
Yeah, but when he tried with white rice with Alchemy fiber, it really did not shoot up. So he personally tested it and saw by his own hands, by his own eyes, and witnessed it that, hey, wow, this thing actually is the real deal. It actually works. Yeah, so Alchemy FoodTech, they have a lot of accreditations and certifications and even patents to back this entire thing up.
Yeah.
Because they are a true scientist, right? And so, from then on, we decided to have them as our ingredient partner to actually come up with SongHe Plus and Rich Rice Grains. And that is where they actually, we work closely with them to do this R&D and to produce this grain that has now zinc, iron, folate, and dietary fiber, which is Alchemy fiber.
Okay. So it is already SongHe Plus, but the dietary fiber is the one that is reducing glycemic index.
Yes, for the white rice.
I see. Wow, that's very interesting because my sis-in-law,
Yeah.
right, when she was pregnant, she had gestational diabetes. And because my family eat together, right, we all changed the entire diet. What I didn't share previously before is that my brother is very particular about rice. So he refuses to eat like those zap cai png, right? Where he tried once, right? Then the rice grain broken, that kind. So he's very particular, but because of my sis-in-law, then we all of course have to eat other rice lah, which is, I guess he has to quote unquote suffer along. It's his wife, right?
Yeah.
But I guess that's something that's very interesting then with this kind of innovation that we can still have the normal rice as per normal.
Yeah, exactly. So SongHe Plus has 10 times more dietary fiber than normal fragrant rice. and about 2 to 3 times more than brown rice. I mean, just for the
Oh.
context, because you're sharing brown rice, right?
Yeah.
And zinc and zinc, iron, folate is something that you don't see in regular rice, any types of rice at all. And so this is something very, very different, and we're so proud to be the first to launch this.
Wow, amazing.
I have a question for non-diabetic people.
Yes.
How would this dietary fiber play in their diet? Yeah.
So, I mean, I'm no nutritionist, but I do have a nutritionist that actually she's called Charlotte. We are working with her, and she also shared and tried SongHe Plus, and of course, she shared her whole idea about dietary fiber being very crucial in everybody's daily diet, right? And I think whether it's eating from veggies or fruits, sometimes it isn't enough, or like sometimes you just don't get it, and then we are like thinking, why not just put it into our rice?
I see.
And then you know, while you're eating something so like a staple, right? Then you don't have to think so much.
Yeah.
And even for kids, right, you cannot be expecting them to swallow supplements. Like, hey,
true.
like 1 year old, hey, you swallow the zinc, or you swallow that I don't know, whatever, you know, that helps with their growth.
Yeah.
And so we decided to put it into the rice.
I see.
Yeah. So my nieces and nephews, and even feedback online from our consumers, is that their kids just eat SongHe rice like how they eat normal rice last time, and they have no complaints. They actually enjoy it.
Oh.
Yeah. So, and it's very great because like now my sister-in-law, when she sees my nephews and nieces, right, finish their rice, right, it's like, oh, cool lah. Then you don't have to worry so much about them lacking of nutrition.
Yeah.
Especially greens, right? Because
Yeah.
kids don't like
Yeah,
veggie.
exactly. So for kids who don't like veggies, then you just put in the rice, then they don't have to worry about the dietary fiber intake
smart.
already.
Oh.
Yeah. The funny thing is because you talk about glycemic index, right?
Yeah.
I naturally only think of it more for diabetes, high sugar. But actually it's not really just that. That is a plus point. Another plus point. So it's pretty interesting.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
Mm.
How's the price point like compared to your regular products? Is
Okay.
it like way more expensive?
We are here to enrich people's lives and to value add people's lives. However, of course, innovation and being, so to speak, the first in the market, we also have no benchmark, and we have to create that demand.
Yeah.
And sometimes demand and supply comes, it will show in a while. And so I would say like SongHe Plus is definitely not the cheapest in the market, but it provides so much to your life. Yeah.
It takes time, right, to reach a certain tipping point of mass production and mass consumption as well.
Yeah.
Which will then, of course, help with the prices in the future. Yeah, so support more of the local brand, local innovation, so that we can bring prices down together.
Yes, exactly. We need your help.
Yeah, we
Thank
need
you.
the economies of scale, right?
Yeah, the
Exactly.
funny thing is also price is not really just about the dollar and cents, but it's about the value that's being provided. lah.
Yeah.
So have to see it from that point of view too.
Yeah.
So, you know, they like to say Singaporeans are IPIT and I what, right?
The third part don't need to continue.
Okay.
Yes.
I'm not too familiar. But I think the truth is, right, Singaporeans are okay to pay. And it's not like we don't have the money,
Yeah.
but we love value.
Exactly.
Yeah, so we pay for value. Doesn't mean we only pay for cheap things.
Yes.
Right?
Of course.
And honestly, to me, health is wealth, right?
Yeah.
I mean, you can have all the money in the world, but if your health is not taken care of, or like you're not purchasing the, so to speak, the right products for your family to eat well,
You can't spend it. No?
Yeah, you can't, you can't spend it all.
Yes.
Yeah. So spend on the right things. Buy SongHe Plus.
This whole journey, right? This whole collaboration, I would say, it's a very interesting collaboration between a heritage brand and a very new boy in the market or new kid on the block, right? Coming together to form a new product offering and selling it to the market, right? So in this whole journey, right, was there a point in it where you and your brothers felt that actually quite risky to proceed, but anyway, still went ahead to do it?
Yeah, for sure. All the time. Honestly,
Tell me
as a
about it.
team. Okay, so I did share with you that I'm more expressive and I'm more sensitive. I'm always sharing my concerns. What if like that? What if this? What if it doesn't work out? What if you do this? What if you do that?
Yeah.
So I'm more verbal with my thoughts and my emotions. And I think to me they're more logical, I would say, or like more calm. So I think it's really about the bigger purpose that we have in us. We really want to value add people's lives and enrich people's lives with a better product, with a product that has more nutrition. And really a lot of people are now telling saying like it's very painful to say this out, but rice has empty calories, or like our carbohydrates are empty calories, right?
Yeah.
And we kind of fall into that category, rice. And so now with a bigger mission to continuously let people to eat rice for the next few generations, we have to innovate. We have to do something a little bit different. We have to reinvent rice and making it more relevant and more so
Attractive,
to speak, attractive for consumers to continuously eat rice. Yeah, and that's our mission as the rice people.
I love it, right? Because we spoke about the modern diet previously, and it's the truth. I mean, nowadays, if you look at the population, usually dinner, you eat half a bowl, or you don't eat rice at all.
Exactly.
Yeah. So I think the culture is changing. Therefore, it's very hopeful to see the rice people representing, right, trying to innovate and come up with a better product so that we still retain the nutritional value and the culture behind it. But it's better for health, literally, right? Yeah.
I find it crazy though as a business owner because rice is so ingrained in our culture, but yet even at this level, we have to find a way to make rice more relevant in this generation or this age,
you will think that
right?
你已经做完了. Actually, no.
Hey, really? Okay, so before we embarked this journey like 3 years ago, I was like, oh, okay. Everybody all laughing at me and say, Ellie, rice need to do marketing on me. Then I was like, oh, yeah, I got the easy part of the pie. Then suddenly we come up with this SongHe Plus. That's like, I need to do a lot of marketing. I need to educate the whole Singapore and even eventually maybe the world about this. It's not easy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I think like
You're right,
really
you're
for any businesses out there, right? No matter how relevant you are at this point in time, right? Don't stop
Yeah.
like being relevant, you know.
You can't stop. You really can't stop.
Yeah. Because really to me it's just rice. Like something we eat every day, we must be relevant. Wow. This mindset is something that is interesting for me. Yeah.
Especially spoken from a company that provides staple. That they say they have to be relevant and have to do more marketing and education as well.
For sure.
Right. Much less a company that does not sell staples.
Yeah.
Right.
You don't want to wait around and like, one day feel like, oh, maybe it's too late, right? We have to action now. I mean, what's the worst that we can get, right? I mean, from trying. I'm a strong believer of action and trying. Because, I mean, the worst is just failing, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But the best is, succeeding and making everybody feel like, hey, I can get nutrition enrichment from the food that I eat, which is SongHe Plus.
I love it.
Good business learning. I mean, we have all heard about Kodak, how it failed to be relevant, right? From the
film
point,
brand,
yes, from the film, and then them actually inventing digital cameras. In case you guys didn't know, and then they decided to put it away because they were selling film, right? But in this case, this is us showing, or rather, SongHe showing how when something is already relevant to continue staying in there and hearing and trying to be more relevant and just keep going there.
Yeah. Interesting. I can imagine the headlines. As a rice brand, we have to continuously stay relevant, even though we're selling a staple.
Yeah, exactly. Later, if I have a chance to share, I want to share my vision for SongHe.
Okay.
Yeah, if I can.
You will have.
Okay.
You will have.
Yes.
Okay, let's talk about the paper crane. Paper crane initiative, right?
Yeah,
I remember that in my primary school or secondary school.
Oh.
Yeah.
So, were you one of our participants?
Maybe.
I
remember that visual that I
yes,
had
yes.
in school, right?
Yeah, there were
So
a
it's
lot of
interesting
PR.
because a lot of companies do CSR, right? But I think for SongHe, the way that you have done it over the years is you have operationalized kindness as a business strategy. Yeah, so it's something that is ingrained. It's not on the surface. It's not fluff. It's not just a PR words, but it's something that you all really do in the company, right? So can you tell me how did that come about?
So, my founder and chairman, who is also my dad, he is a strong, fierce, but very kind man. So he's such a giver. He always gives more than he gets back. And as children, right, we see this growing out. His gestures, the way he do business, the way he treat people. He's such giving. He do a lot of giving, whether with our relatives or friends or even to the public. Right? And so watching that growing up, it's really just teaching us to be kind. And he always teaches us to give more than receive. Yeah, and so I think that is embedded in me and my siblings, the way that we deal with people or the way that we do business. Yeah, and this is something that we strongly believe in. I always say, like, good man, good deed, good rise. It's not just saying. It's not just like, yeah, Anna, this is us. We really walk the talk. Like, we have so many activations to talk about kindness. We have this crane folding campaign where we launched in 2004, a very small scale one. And then in 2005, we did a large scale island-wide campaign that very thankful to have that. We got a lot of PR on that. And really, our work here is to ripple kindness in the community. Yeah, because I think kindness is something that people tend to forget about being kind because we are like, oh, 可能顾自己啊, or like, maybe I shouldn't be too kind. Maybe people like will step over me or something like that. Yeah, but I feel kindness is something so important. And it really is a character that and a value and a principle that we live by.
Can you describe to the audience what is this paper crane kindness campaign?
Okay, so SongHe Kindness Campaign is a campaign that we actively work with schools and organizations where if every student fold one crane, we will donate one bowl of rice to charity. And this is a campaign that we've been doing it since 2004, which is, I think it's been 20 over years.
Wow.
And it's something that we are so proud of, and we're so happy to be giving. Yeah, because I feel when the students, when they're folding the cranes, they get, not only they get the fun of it, they also know that, hey, this little crane, right, actually is my contribution to society. And really, we want to inculcate kindness and not just teach them not just about academics, but also like giving back and being aware of the environment, right? Not teach them not to be self-centered lah. And it's not only about them.
I mean, as an ex-educator, I have so much to say about that, right?
Were you an educator?
Yes. My first job, I was a teacher.
Oh my goodness. Oh, you guys wow me. One magician, one teacher. And then now we're doing this. Wow.
Yes. So as a teacher, right, I do see that our children are very privileged. They are all in a sheltered environment. As a result, sometimes they are blindsided.
Yeah.
They don't see what's really happening in the world out there, and they take assumptions, right? They take assumption of having dinner, having rice on the table every single day, right? So I think it's very beautiful that through this gesture, you're able to bring awareness of what's happening in the world, and that, some kids do not have rice on the table, right? And that by them contributing in a small way is a good start.
I have some students and schools that actually took a step further. So when we deliver the rice, they actually get the students to distribute the rice to like the elderly or like to the rental flats, and making them be more aware really, and really witnessing like, hey, they're actually very privileged to have a roof over their heads, to have family taking care of you, And so I think this is something that we really want to bring, or so to speak, a movement about kindness in Singapore.
Wow.
I really want to comment because the fact that the campaign has been running for so long, and it wasn't taken just as a PR blitz.
Oh yes, exactly. Yeah.
Because the thing is, drawing back to my old life, right? As a magician, right? Every year end, I get CSR requests from companies asking for free shows.
Free shows, of course.
Yeah, of course, right? Utilizing some other talents to do your CSR, sure. But I'm not complaining about that. But what I really wanted to say was the fact that actually when I spoke to some of the organizations, they do not want the CSR that is one-off.
Yeah,
because
exactly.
it is PR campaign more than anything, and it's actually very disruptive because volunteers are not coming in to really do CSR work for a long-term basis. They spend more time training, they spend more time talking to the volunteers for a one-off event.
I get what I mean.
Yeah, and it becomes like a PR campaign, which is something that is a problem, right? Because everyone is like, oh, we do CSR. But it's like, is it truly CSR? What is leading behind it? And in this case, I think having the values being the core foundation and spreading that through education also in this case is a very commendable part of it.
Beautiful. Yeah, you have been doing it every year.
Yeah.
Past 20
so
years.
every year, and in 1 year we can have like 4 to 5 schools collaborating with us. Yeah, so recently Bukit Panjang Government High, they just had their 65th anniversary. And for that, they wanted to fold 65,000 cranes.
Wow.
And
How much rice is that? I can't imagine.
6,500
Wow,
kg.
okay.
Yeah, because
One
one bowl of rice is actually 100
100
grams.
grams, okay.
Yeah. So, yeah, and 4 months ago when they said that, I was like, oh, okay. I mean, you could set the target, but you may not be able to reach it. I was like, okay, go ahead. But they really did it.
Wow.
And they were like 100%, they were united. This is also part of a National Day celebration. And so they formed the cranes all in a shape of a Singapore flag. It was so nice.
Over-performance.
Yeah, over performance really. They really commemorated. And PR picked it up on 联合早报. Yeah, so I'm so happy that they are doing this actually. Not really for us, but I'm so happy that they're also, as a school, believing in kindness and believing in character building and putting themselves out there and, raising awareness for kindness.
Oh,
Yeah, so I'm so proud of them.
Awesome.
Well, I want to take the time to learn more about the vision and the mission
Okay.
of the next generation
Okay.
of Tong Seng Produce.
Okay.
So before we go into that, right?
Yeah.
I want to understand a little bit more about your own journey. 7 years in a 30-year heritage brand.
Yes.
Do you remember your first year working in Tong Seng Produce? How was that for you?
Oh yeah, I made so many mistakes. I was impatient. I was like trying to 小事不能做I trying to 做大事吧，小事都做不来的那种。Coming into a family business, I was a little bit also lost. Yeah, I didn't start out as marketing actually, even though I know my eventual role was marketing.
Okay.
But I started out in customer service, opening a humble invoice, doing sales. Yeah, so I was a bit, so to speak, lost. Not very clear. My direction wasn't very clear.
Yeah.
I was just like working, right?
Yeah.
And I thought that was just adult life.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And at
working.
the start, were you sure that you were going to take over part of the business?
I never thought that I would sell rice. I mean, I'm someone who's quite vain. Like, I like to do my nails, I like to do my hair, and I do makeup. And then, like, everyone thought that I might go into the beauty line or, something more aesthetic, yeah, right? And then, well, now we're here in rice. So, 7 years later, I feel that I'm more grounded. I feel more in love with rice and in love with SongHe and Tong Seng. I have a bigger vision for our company to do well with my siblings.
Okay, Ali, could you share with me what is the vision that you see for Tong Seng Produce?
Tong Seng Produce, we call ourselves the rice people. And as the rice people, we just really want everybody to eat rice forever, right? And we're so proud to be the brand owners for SongHe. And I even have a bigger vision for SongHe to not just be another rice brand, but to be part of everybody's everyday life and to be culture, to be a lifestyle brand, and that it forever remains relevant in everyone's lives.
Wow, love it.
Okay.
Okay, so we want to carry out the ritual that we have for every guest. Remember?
Oh my God. I'm so excited, but I scared I cannot answer.
Okay, just be yourself.
Yeah.
Okay.
Sometimes we haven't found the answers, and that's okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, and that's why when I ask a guest to ask a question, it's always a question that they are also discovering for themselves. Yeah.
Okay. So you will ask me first or then
I'll ask
after?
you first, then you ask.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So the last guest, his name is Lee Hao Ming. He is in the venture builder space, and he's about investing in businesses that creates a circular, circular, sustainable ecosystem.
Oh.
Yeah. So he asked this question that he is currently finding answers to, which is what is your meaning of life?
What the? Okay. Sorry, I was just expecting a question that was revolving around business. So he
It can
asked
be
me.
individual. What do you think at this point in time in your life, after going through many seasons, right? What do you think is currently your meaning of life?
I think this may sound funny, is to create meaning in your life.
Tell me more.
Yeah. So I think, it's okay. I think all of us are sometimes lost at some time and sometimes are clueless about what they want to do. But I feel like, so I'm a Christian. And so I feel like God really has a time for everyone in God's timing.
Yeah.
And you will eventually have a calling. And that calling will be your meaning. Yeah. And I feel...
So do you have a question for the next guest? It doesn't have to be about business. I mean, of course, it's a business channel, so it's more relevant, but it can be about life as well, right? Because business is life.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I think my question is, so on your entrepreneurial journey, if you fail this business, what would you do?
Oh, wow, that's a tough one, man.
Yeah.
If you feel
What would you do
what
as
would you
in another business venture?
Yeah,
kind?
or like, you know,
Okay.
like, or maybe like, yeah, it could,
restart?
yeah, it could restart, or I could try again. I don't know.
Right.
Yeah.
Wow, okay.
Yeah.
That's a tough one. Okay, we'll see who's the question for our next guest.